run for my money. There was nobody, no one that would run me.
Hey T Squad, y'all ready for another Diddy update? Yes, this is a Diddy exposed video. A lot has been going on during this trial, and I'm going to update you on what has been said and done, child, because it has been a lot. So sit back and relax and let's get into this tea. So on May 21st, one of the investigators who planned Diddy's Miami raid last year continued their testimony. The feds also shared pics from what they discovered inside of Diddy's home, including pow pows, schmugs, toys, if you know what I mean, and more. And I have the pics, honey. Let's get into it. So in this first photograph, you see these plastic bins filled with baby oil and Astroglide. Like, this man had all the baby oil in the world. Like, I just want to know, like, what is his fascination with the baby oil? It's giving me like he wanted these encounters to look like the intro of Belly. You know how when DMX and Nas them walking through the club in the blue light and they all oiled up, and then when DMX and Keisha had they, love scene and they was all oiled up. Like, that's what it's given. Like, it's so weird. So weird, bro. So weird. Here's another picture of the baby oil and Astroglide. Then we have these stripper heels that I'm assuming he had Cassie and Daphne Joy, 50 Cent's baby mama, wear, because we now have learned that she is alleging that she became the new freak off girl after Cassie. Here are another pair of black stripper shoes. Here are more stripper heels. Obviously, he had a thing for those types of shoes. Oh, and I see some rope. Y'all see the rope? Then you see in the back, like this leather bra with a dog collar outfit. Wow. He was a schmexual deviant. Then you have these drawers and things with clothes and stuff. I don't really know what all is in there. Then you got more stripper heels, more lingerie outfits. Girl, wow. This is a photograph of one of his bathrooms with a bunch of toiletries and stuff. And I don't know if this was a pow pow or a schmildo, but I think it's a schmildo. Was it used on him or was it used on one of the ladies? Is what I want to know. Wow. Then these are, what are these? Vital honey. Oh, these are honey packs. I've heard about these. Don't they like give you the energy and make y'all revved up? Ain't that what they do? Then you got this Diddy briefcase. I guess it was a pow pow in there or something. Wow. That is nuts. Then on May 22nd, following Kid Cudi's testimony, Myla Morales, a former makeup artist who worked with both Cassie and Diddy, was called to the witness stand. Morales testified that it was Grammy weekend when she returned to the Beverly Hills Hotel after spending a night out with Cassie. Morales explained that she fell asleep on the couch when she woke up to a little bit of commotion. Morales testified that she heard yelling and screaming following Diddy's entrance into Cassie's room. This was talked about in Cassie's lawsuit. And I've actually seen this woman talk about this incident in numerous interviews. But Morales continued testifying. She said she had a swollen eye and busted lip and knots on her head. Referring to Cassie, she told the court that following the incident, she took Cassie to her home where she stayed a few days to recover. Morales testified that she had a friend who's a doctor come over to see about Cassie and encouraged her to seek medical attention at an ER. However, Cassie refused. It was her wishes not to go to the ER. Morales explained that they were all scared of Diddy, and she and Cassie never spoke of the alleged incident at the hotel again. Wow, 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 wow. So sad. So sad. This is what Kid Cudi had to say after testifying about Diddy allegedly trying to blow up his car.
Hey guys, so I just want to say, man, I've been seeing all the love and support, and I just want to say thank you so much, man. People have been hitting me up the past week, just checking in, and even today, and it really means a lot to me, man. You guys are the best. I love y'all. This is a stressful situation. I'm glad it's behind me, and yeah, I love y'all, man. Big love. Go stream Neverland.
Cudi says he met Cassie in 2008, but they did not start dating until 2011. Cudi explains that when they started dating, he understood that she and Sean Combs had some problems and they weren't dating anymore. Cudi said in December 2011, law enforcement came to his home because he had a break-in. Cassie called me at 5:30 or 6 a.m. She said Sean Combs had found out about us. She asked me to pick her up, so I did. Cudi said he spoke with Capricorn Clark, who sounded near tears, telling him that Diddy was in a car by Cudi's house. Cudi says he then called Diddy, who told him, "I'm over here waiting for you." Cudi said when he arrived home, outside looked normal, but he found out his security cameras were not working. Cudi testified his security cameras were moved and not by him. He says when he got in his home, gifts he purchased from Chanel were opened and his dog was locked in the bathroom. He says he let his dog roam around. Cudi says, I got back in and called Sean Combs again. I was looking for him. I wanted to fight him. Cudi says Diddy answered and told him he was on his way. Kid Cudi says he decided to call the police thinking, I don't know who he has with him or what his intentions are. He says he filed a police report that same day about the suspected break-in. Cudi begins testimony about his car. He said in January 2012, he was 45 minutes away from home when his dog watcher called to tell him his car was on fire. Wow. Court shows jury images of Cudi's damaged Porsche. He said that's the damage to my Porsche from the Molotov cocktail. He says his friend Chip took the photos. It looks like the top of my Porsche was cut open and that's where the Molotov cocktail was put in, Cudi says. Wow. He also described Diddy as being a Marvel supervillain. And he says that he and Diddy were both played by Cassie during cross-examination by Brian Steele. Wow, I wonder what he meant by that. But that's where the arson comes in with this whole Molotov cocktail situation. So I think that we can pretty much assume that he'll be convicted on that for sure. And the schmex trafficking. This is insanity, y'all. Insanity. Diddy's former employee Capricorn Clark testified Diddy broke into Kid Cudi's home and planned to unalive him after finding out about Cassie and Cudi's relationship. Wow. Clark, who managed Cassie's image and career moves, testified she took Cassie to purchase a burner phone once she learned that Cassie was dating Kid Cudi. She said Cassie told her about the relationship via text, which was a bad idea because Diddy paid for both of their phones. Wow, girl, why you didn't? Okay. Clark said they went to Best Buy to get the new phone because she feared Cassie was going to get us all unalived. Capricorn Clark testified about the morning of December 22nd, 2011. She said Diddy banged on her apartment door holding a firearm and asking questions about Kid Cudi. She said Diddy was visibly furious after finding out about Cudi and Cassie and said, "Get dressed, we're going to unalive this Negro." Clark says she didn't want to go, and Diddy replied, "I don't give a F what you want. Get dressed." Girl, I wish, girl, I would have went in that back room and called the police so fast. Okay. Clark said once they arrived to Cudi's home, Diddy and his security guard Ruben entered the house through the front door. Clark said she was left in the car, so she called Cassie on her burner phone to alert her. Cassie was with Cudi at the time. Clark said Diddy came back to the car, took her phone, and called the last number on her call history. Clark says he took my phone and called the last number. Then I saw Cudi driving up. Mr. Combs saw my face and said, "There's that N-word right there." We drove off and saw police driving the other way towards Cudi's house. Clark testified Diddy ordered her to call Cassie and tell her that Diddy had me and wouldn't let me go until Cassie arrived. Clark said Cassie agreed and asked her to pick her up. Once Clark picked Cassie up, she said they both went to Diddy's house. He allegedly told them not to speak to the police and asked them to convince Kid Cudi to not tell the police he was involved in the break-in. Wow. This pussy ass nigga here. Wow. Capricorn said that after she and Cassie arrived at Diddy's home, he reportedly kicked and beat Cassie. Clark tearfully testified she saw Diddy come at Cassie 100% full force, kicking her in the back while she was in fetal position. Clark said Diddy told her, "If you jump in, I'm going to F you up." She added that Diddy's security guards did not intervene. Y'all some bitch ass niggas for that. Like, I don't care how much a nigga paying you. Y'all should have whooped his ass. Cause he ain't gonna fight no man heads up like that. Clark said she called Cassie's mom, Regina Ventura, to alert her about the schmooze. Clark: "He's beating the ish out of your daughter. I'm in over my head. Please help her. I can't call the police, but you can." Following the break-in, Cudi's car was set on fire. Clark testified she was contacted by the arson investigators but hung up because she just wanted this to be over. Clark said Diddy questioned her about how much she knew about Cassie and Cudi's relationship, and Diddy allegedly said, "I should unalive you bees." Baby, he would have ruined the day he met me. Okay, because I would have ruined this nigga life because you got me messed up. Okay? I don't play them type of games. You want to match crazy for crazy? Oh, we can match crazy for crazy, sir. You don't want it with me. Girl, he knew who to play this mess with. No. He is such a dirtbag. Also, it has been reported that Diddy is making money while in jail. Since his arrest, the music mogul has launched a business renting out his $60 million private jet, according to the U.S. Sun. The jet has been available for rental since September 2024 and has reportedly been booked 126 times, flying almost 150,000 miles. Each trip costs $32,597, meaning the venture has allegedly earned Diddy more than $4 million. Wow. At least he's smart. At least he's smart because he still needs this money to be coming in, because baby, he is pumping out the money for these lawyer fees, and he got like 5 or 6 of them son bitches. Girl, okay? It was a smart idea. And if he owns, I know he ended up like selling one of his homes or like his mama house or something like that. But any of his other homes, like, I'll be renting them son of a bitches out too. Shit. Wow. Then one of the hotel managers testified that Diddy's room needed air freshener patrols and deep cleaning for all of the baby oil that was used. That is so disgusting. A Beverly Hills hotel manager spilled new details about how Diddy used to check in at the upscale El Emartage Hotel. I know I just butchered that, but whatever. Frederick Zimor, general manager of the hotel, took the stand and read out loud the internal notes linked to Diddy's guest profile. Wow. According to the hotel's own records, staff were warned to monitor outside his room / down the hall to spray air freshener. Wow, it was that funky. I would be embarrassed. You supposed to be Puff, suave, that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you all about your look and being clean and fresh and you got it stinking that bad that they had to be on air freshener patrol. Yo, that mean y'all was in there like busting it wide open. Booty holes, the JJs, everything. Wow. Expect excessive oil use and candle wax spills marked the room out of order after his stay for deep cleaning. Pre-authorized an extra $1,000 to cover potential damage to the rest. Oh my God. That is disgusting. He should have had his head down in shame when this was being talked about, because that is so nasty and trifling. But then remember that he was peeing on Cassie, peeing in her mouth. I remember in Cassie's lawsuit, she even recalled a moment where she was defecated on. Like, oh my God. And she had to do it when she was on her period. Like, lock him up for the rest of his life, Jesus, please. So the Shade Room reported, here's a quick recap from witnesses who testified today and what prosecution and defense questioning got each witness to reveal. So we have Deontay Nash, celebrity stylist who worked with Diddy and Cassie, still close friends with Cassie. Then you have Mia, which is a pseudonym, former Diddy assistant turned close friend of Cassie, alleges Diddy sexually and physically assaulted her multiple times. Wow. So Deontay, when questioned by the prosecution, says Nash starts with Diddy. Deontay Nash says he began working with Diddy as an intern in the 2000s before becoming a stylist for Bad Boy. He stopped working with Diddy in 2018. Nash says he witnessed Diddy assault Cassie multiple times, recalled Diddy assaulting Cassie in her apartment, causing her to have a gash in her head. Cassie also spoke about the incident in her testimony. I believe it was my last Diddy video that I did. I showed you all the pictures of her wounds and bruises and that gash on her eyebrow. Nash says Diddy once threatened to release Cassie's Smex tapes, says that's when he learned Diddy was not on the tapes and it featured Cassie with different men. When the defense questioned him, Nash said Cassie and Diddy broke up after Diddy was spotted publicly with Gina. Nash says he later set Cassie up with Michael B. Jordan. Okay. We see you. Now, remember, I did a video when all of this stuff kicked off where Gina talked to Tasha K about the abuse she suffered via Diddy as well. Now, I don't know if she's the witness that everybody has been talking about that went missing, but I would be remiss if they didn't call her to testify, because she's publicly said that he was abusive to her. Nash said one of his interviews with prosecutors before trial was cut short because he smoked marijuana beforehand. Says he spoke with Cassie day before testifying to congratulate her on the baby. He says they also spoke about what outfit she would wear to testify, but claims they didn't discuss testimony. He checked on Diddy when Andre Harrell passed. He also reached out to Diddy in 2020 saying, "I love you. Anything you need, I got you." I don't even know how to feel about that. Like, how you witness all of that type of stuff and you still reaching out to this fucking weirdo? Like, oh God. Then the Mia person testified to the prosecution. She said working for Diddy was chaotic. It was toxic. The highs were never really high and the lows were really, really low. She says she would get in trouble if she left Diddy's home without his permission and wasn't allowed to lock doors. Girl, I wish you would think you about to tell me when I can and cannot leave. Nigga, girl, I would have poisoned that nigga so fast. Girl, play with me if you want to. Okay, let's play. You want me to stay in this bitch? I'm gonna break everything up in this motherfucker. You wanna play? She says she helped him run Revolt Films, cause experience overwhelming, awesome despite toxic work conditions. She says one night Diddy kissed her and then the sexual advances progressed. Wow. She says he got on top of her another night while she was in bed sleeping and put his private part in her. What? Now how he did that and you ain't feeling what? She also recalls him making sexual advances on a private plane. She says she attempted to warn him about others on the plane, but said it didn't stop him. Mia says she couldn't say no to Diddy even over small things, fearing he'd see it as disapproval and she'd lose everything she'd worked for. She feared she'd never work in the industry again. Then we have more from his ex-assistant Capricorn Clark, who took the stand, and this is what was in the transcript. It says, jury entering, judge, welcome back, call your next witness. AUSA, the government calls Capricorn Clark. Where did you grow up? Capricorn says born in San Francisco, moved to LA, worked for Def Jam, then Death Row Records, a late 90s gangster rap label. Oh, she was lit. Okay. The AUSA says, what was your relation to Suge Knight? Capricorn, he is the father of my friend's child. AUSA, then you worked for Sean Combs. Capricorn, yes, he's over there in a blue sweater. I worked for him from 2004 to 2012. AUSA, were you kidnapped? Yes. When did you first meet Mr. Combs? When I moved to NYC in 2002, we were super platonic friends. A headhunter said I should work for him as a personal assistant. I did until 2006. Your duties? Shadow him from wake up. Girl, that man don't even sleep. So what? Then what? Head of women's for Sean John. How long? A year. Then global brand director for Sean Combs. Name and likeness due diligence to grow the brand. Then I was terminated until 2016 for Cassandra Ventura. Did you work in the building? Photos of Bad Boy Records office. Yes, we moved there in 2005. Your first day, where did Mr. Combs take you? Central Park, after dark, along with Uncle Paulie. He looked like a linebacker. First of all, I'm not meeting up with nobody in Central Park after dark. You ain't taking me to Central Park after dark. Like, how? I would have stopped working with him immediately. Okay. I understand people want to make it in the industry or whatever, but it's just certain things I'm just not willing to go through and put up with. But anywho, does this photo look like him? No, he doesn't have on the blackout shades he wore all the time. What did Mr. Combs tell you in the park? That since I'd worked for Suge Knight, if anything happened, he might have to unalive me. Objection. Overruled. Proceed. AUSA. How did you take it? Seriously, it had gravitas. How did you react? I said I didn't have anything to do with that stuff. Objection. Judge. Sustained. Miss Steiner. AUSA. What was Paulie's role? All aspects of Mr. Combs' movements to keep him safe. There were also D-Rock, Roger Bonds, and Ruben. Who's D-Rock? A good friend of Biggie Smalls, running back type body. Did you ever observe Mr. Combs with a pow pow? Yes, in my home. And did he talk about it? He, Mr. Combs, told Chris Lighty he had a pow. He had a problem with 50 Cent. Were you ever accused of stealing? Yes. Jewelry, it had been given to me. It was on loan. It went missing? Yes. What did you do? From Teterboro, I called 1440 and told them to lock it down. What did Uncle Paulie do? He questioned me 3 hours. You went home? To Queens. Yes, with Uncle Paulie. He searched my house. Where did Uncle Paulie take you? 1710 Broadway. It was dilapidated. It was being fixed up, but I didn't know that. Uncle Paulie took me to the 6th floor. The door was locked behind us. There was a 6-foot folding table and a heavy set man. Girl, I know you lying. Can you describe him? 5 of me, 2 linebackers. He was chain smoking. Did Uncle Paulie stay? No. Intermittently, he came back. What did the heavyset man say? I was there to take a lie detector test. What did he say would happen if you failed the lie detector test? They would throw me in the East River. Combs, Agnifilio. Objection. Can we have a sidebar? And then that was all that they have in this article. That is wild. That is crazy, yo. This man really thought he was a mafioso or something. Like, who did he think he is? This is what I need to know. Yo, this is wild. Crazy. Y'all, I got more on the Diddy trial coming this week for you guys because we got a lot to catch up on. But that is it for this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all of this down below in the comment section. Let's talk about it. Please make sure to thumbs up this video. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn on your post notifications so you know my videos drop. I love you all, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.